Welcome everyone to Rookies and Rulebooks. This is episode 7. If you've missed the previous episodes, they are available in a playlist linked in one of these corners up here. I don't know, figure it out, find it, or it's on the channel. If you don't know what this is 4 rookie players, myself as veteran dungeon master. We are playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, my favorite D&D campaign. And let's just jump right into it after this lovely, lovely, lovely intro that I have to tell to restart. A quick shout out to Boomstick for our lovely graphics package, David B for the music in that intro, Smiter Flight for the intro video itself, and Carlos Martins for our lovely character art, which you can see below me here. David, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, that little guy right there is me. Hi, I'm David. I'm Vandal. I play the rogue who's also a dwarf, maybe.
Maybe. To be seen.
Jessica, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kiwi, Jess. I play Aurelia. I'm a half-orc and paladin.
Great. Jill.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Hello. Hello, I'm Jillian Marie. I play Daerwyn, the Shadar-Kai elf ranger. And I got these cool new session notes, so now I can always remember the characters' names instead of going, who do you work for, when I know exactly who they work for.
Godrick, David, Zach. What's your name? Zach. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is
Who are you?
David
Why are you
Zach.
here?
God, who are you? My name is Zach. I play Godrick, the Leonin Warlock, and I have a Google Drive document where I scribble things like Rhaenyra Dad, which I do not remember what that is. So I wish I had Daerwyn's note-taking ability.
And of course, I am Sean Sully. I will be your dungeon master tonight. Real quick
Who's our
before,
dungeon master other nights?
usually also me. Real quick before we get into the episode, hey, if you're a fan of us, at least 3 of us, Zach and myself will be a guest on Jill's show Happy Hour this Friday at 6 Pacific.
6 p.m. Pacific time. Not 6
p.m.
Eastern.
Pacific.
It'll be myself, Zach, Alex Damon, Zach's wife, and Jill and Molly are already on that show. So, well, yeah, but she's the host. So Jill and Molly are the hosts.
Yeah.
So.
He's the other half of the hosting.
So cool. Check that out on A Certain Point of View. Link will be in the description.
We're gonna drink and play the Newly-Wed Game.
It should be
And
fun.
you have to order expensive Taco Bell on
After.
DoorDash or Grubhub or Uber Eats after you watch it.
All Mexican pizzas.
All Mexican pizzas, if they're available. Hey, so last session, our lovely party minus Zach went into investigate the Xanathar Guild's underground sewer hideout, hoping to find clues to lead them to the Stone of Galore, which you've been hired to find from the Castellanters. We pick up with you guys in Troll Skull Tavern the next morning. Presumably, you've spread all the information amongst each other. You've passed that along. As you wake up, a set of carpenters is just coming in, putting new shutters on the windows. Everything's starting to shape up a lot more like a tavern than it was before. You see the floor in the ground level here has been completely gutted. You see new fixtures going up. It all is starting to look good. However, there's still a little bit of time. The current date, for those wondering, is the 10th of chess. So, you guys are still 10 days away from the tavern being completed.
Sean, could I ask a question? Knowing that we have just recorded a video about table talk and what should and shouldn't be done,
And it should be going up on the channel next week. Hopefully.
Is there a guild for the service members of the tavern? Bartenders, waitresses, entertainers, maids, what have you? Is there a guild for that? Or should we be on the lookout for who could be our tavern keeper in our travels?
Zach, that's a wonderful question. Let me find my list of guilds here somewhere. Oh, you know what? It's in that lovely Google document that I sent you guys, isn't it?
Godrick, can you do me a favor and add 6 gold to your thing?
I thank you for reminding me, but I did do that when I
put it in the chat.
because it was very nice of you to do.
It was actually more of a reminder for myself than anything. Your Vandal was like, hell no, he's not here.
I was
In
against
my head canon.
She was like, no, don't do that.
So there is
In my head canon, you forgot your booties, and that's why you didn't come with us to the sewers.
Yeah, you didn't want to get your fur wet.
Yeah.
there is the Fellowship of Innkeepers, which would be the closest thing. Presumably, they would be able to help you find work. That is who Broxley Fairkettle is a representative of.
But is the barkeeper a union position?
No, but they would at least know. They would probably still have like a hiring board, a job board for those folks who are looking for employment.
Gotcha.
It is not anyone working in your tavern, unless you were to hire an innkeeper to run the inn itself, would not be a member of the guilds. Nor would they have
Good
to
to
be.
know.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, unless I'm missing a guild, unless there's a guild here that I'm missing, as far as I can tell, there is no like customer service or food service guild. There are a bunch of individual food service guilds for like grocers, bakers, stuff like that, butchers, but nothing for explicit like waiters guild or servers guild.
Sure.
Uh,
Cool.
So
Just wanted to know that.
yeah, simple enough for you guys to leave a note for Broxley. Broxley is checking in every once in a while to make sure all the work gets done. So as far as all that's concerned, they are your current not quite foreman on the job, but they're just acting as your go-between for the guilds. Now, you guys found a note last session linking a house on it was, I believe, Terrassi Manor.
Terrace's house.
That linked someone named Amerigo requesting a shipment of weapons to go to that location.
Mm-hmm.
Did that note give you guys a date or a specific time at which you were supposed to...
A week.
A week. Okay.
We had a
Which-
week.
which
Well,
you would-
the people delivering it had a week.
Which you assume would be about a 10-day. So remember, in Waterdeep, that's 10 days for it to be delivered. Okay. Great.
Zach has a question.
Zachary, go
Sean.
ahead. Yes.
Can I have 5 seconds to get my glasses?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That was
No, how dare you?
That was out of character. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, we haven't talked about, yeah, well, you guys will see in that video when I finally get it edited. If you see me or Zach do this, and you guys are also allowed to do this as well, this is saying you're saying something out of character above the table. Yeah.
And what if I accidentally do this? Like,
yeah, if you accidentally do this, then nothing you said counts. So you guys have still about a full 10 days for the tavern to complete. It is up to you how you guys want to spend that 10 days. If you want to go do more research, if you want to do more investigating, you're more than welcome to.
This has nothing to do with my character's little crush that she has going on. This is everything to do with us, establishing just some parameters. So I reckon he might know something about the Castellantas being of nobility. So I thought, I could just chat to him about it.
Sure. So do you guys want to set up a meeting with Rainier?
But
Yes, please.
do we want to set up? But should we do? Aurelia, would you like to set up a meeting privately, and we could also be in a restaurant maybe, and Vandal and
next table
Daerwyn
over.
and I could be a few at the bar or something, just so we could be
These
there,
papers.
but also.
Little eyes cut out.
yeah.
Do you think it would
Making
be
sure
better
everything's above
if
table.
you were not? Do you think it would be better if it was just the two of you? Maybe would
Well,
you like?
I don't want him to feel like he's being interrogated. So maybe less people would make sense.
Right,
just
right. So if we were on the
one-on-one.
if we arrived an hour earlier and we were on the far side of the bar, we have enough gold. We can spread it around with the maitre d' to make sure you get a good table on the opposite side of the restaurant from us, and we would be there in support. We've been attacked by assassins and whatnot, and maybe that would be the way to approach this evening.
Like a plan.
I like that. Yeah, that sounds like a good. I like how the music got really romantic for this idea as well.
Yeah.
He's setting the mood.
So we'll make sure that, I would be willing to fund this. I'll throw 20 gold at the maitre d' and make sure that we have our separate, very very discreet, observable distance, and you have a phenomenal table with Rainier to make sure he's not on guard and he's very comfortable, and you can have
a
the
wingman. Is that what's happening?
Why, thank you.
Godrick is the wingman of all the time.
So, you have a few options for places to set up a quiet dinner date.
Ooh.
You guys are in the North Ward. Your two options in the North Ward for taverns and fest halls, which is the closest thing I could find to actual restaurants. But it's what I have on hand. So taverns and fest halls, in the North Ward include the Misty Beard, which is comfortable. It serves a comfortable people who have live a comfortable lifestyle, right?
That sounds a little flannelly for Aurelia's first real date with Rainier.
So I'm gonna give you guys
what's the second option?
So I'm gonna give you guys the tiers of like, these are the economic tiers, right? So it's squalid, poor, modest, comfortable, wealthy, aristocratic. So comfortable is like
we want a
upper middle
wealthy
class.
steakhouse.
Okay.
We want a wealthy steakhouse.
So
Is that what Aurelia wants?
in the North Ward, you have the Grinning Lion. Is the wealthy option.
Of course it is.
However, you have 3 options in the Sea Ward, which is where Rainier lives. So if you want to meet him on his side of town, the Sea Ward being the more aristocratic side of town.
Yes.
You have the Broken Lance, which is a comfortable fest hall. The Fiery Flagon, which serves a wealthy clientele. And the House of Purple Silks serves an aristocratic clientele.
Aurelia, that's
sounds
going to
so
be your
seductive.
call.
And Rainier, just for reference, Rainier falls somewhere in the between the wealthy and aristocratic side of things, as far as the upbringing goes. He's on the upper end of wealthy,
Of course he,
or at least his family is.
of course he.
So, Fiery Flagon and the House of Purple Silks.
Do I?
I love Jess breaking up today. Jess, you're back.
I was back.
Maybe? Oh,
Nope.
you're back.
Ah, there it is.
Jessica?
Contemplating.
Jess, you
Okay.
also have just a magnificent ability to be perfectly still.
So we
Yeah,
can't
that
tell.
really
We can't
compromises
always
process.
tell when you're back from the.
You just have like
It's
a
like sitting here and I'm
maximum
like,
level of composure about yourself at all times.
Thank you. Except during combat. Okay. I don't know. Because here's the thing. Okay. Part of me wants to test whether he'd come to us, because it would really show whether, or not he's willing to travel. But then I also don't want him to travel, because that seems, I want information from him. So I'm thinking maybe on his ground he'll feel a little bit more comfortable, which means he might be more receptive to being a little bit more open.
So your other,
Sorry.
I will, if you wanna lean into the travel, I will give you the options around the city that also fit the wealthy or above. Actually, the only one I have listed as aristocratic is the House of Purple Silks in the Sea Ward.
Okay.
In the Southern Ward, which is sort of the cultural district of Waterdeep, it's called the Southern Ward, not because it's the most southern ward, but because it's a lot of people that are emigrated from the South. So
It's Brooklyn.
yeah. You get a lot of halflings from Amon to Thyr. You get a lot of
It's Brooklyn.
yeah. So a lot of people from Baldur's Gate and below, which is where you start getting into the like desert Prince of Persia-esque lands.
But you get the cultural
Melting pot.
imprint
Yeah.
on the area. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you have the Jade Dancer is the wealthy option there, and Sword's Rest is the comfortable option. Castle Ward, you have the Elfstone Tavern as the wealthy option. The Empty Keg and the Blushing Mermaid are your comfortable options.
Oh.
The Dock
These
Ward.
places sound very seductive.
Well, some of them are taverns, some of them are fest halls.
This is better. Yeah.
So fest halls are
yeah.
like, think of a fest hall like a dining room.
Plantation?
No, it's like it's the closest thing you would get to a restaurant that I have on my list. There are like restaurants and cafes. I just don't have them easily at hand, so we're going with this. But fest halls are where you would have like, on holidays is where all the big celebrations would take place within the fest halls. But otherwise, they're just open for dinner for whoever's coming by for whatever reason. They could also be like rented out if you wanted to rent one out for an occasion.
Sean, is there anything of note around the market?
So the castle. I have to look at I have to double check the map, but the castle, which
Just as a central meeting point in Dragon or Waterdeep rather.
Yeah. So presumably the one in the Sea Ward, the House of Purple Silks is probably going to be closer to the market. The Fiery Flagon is going to be up towards if you see where the Field of Triumph is on the map. That sort of big arena building is probably where the Fiery Flagon is. Southern Ward is going to be on the other side. It's going to be way far south, I guess. Oh, I guess it is the most south ward as well. I always understood it was called the Southern Ward for a different reason. The Castle Ward ones, let's see, we have the Blushing Mermaid is probably on the southern edge. Elfstone Tavern is going to be closer to Mount Waterdeep and the Palace of Waterdeep. Yeah, and then
I'm sorry, I'm just looking now that we're talking about the wards.
No, you're all
I'm
good.
Looking at the map, just to understand the city a little bit better.
Yeah, so the market kind of being the center point. You also have the Trades Ward, which does have Felzoon's Folly as a wealthy option, but that's actually, ironically, south past the market. But the Trades Ward is also basically a big giant marketplace.
Right. Jess, what was your feeling for the level of
Intimacy.
spectacle, I guess?
Commodity.
Yeah. Or intimacy, or I know there's a lot of calculations going on with that, but what were you thinking? Do you want it all out, or in the middle somewhere, or like let's go to a dive bar and put you on ease, or
There are also dive bar options. Remember, I will give you Aurelia.
we own one, Sean. We own a dive bar. Okay,
it's not open and serviceable yet.
It's not ready yet.
That makes it even more of a dive bar.
Aurelia and Godrick, because we're having this conversation, if you two will roll a insight check for me.
Oh.
All right.
First roll.
That is a 19, Sean.
Woo!
Wait, hold on. Insight. Wait, what is insight? What is my check
It's
on
a
that?
wisdom skill.
Plus 20.
It's a
20
5.
adjusted.
All right.
5.
So, Jess, this has completely escaped your mind. But Godrick, you remember. You encountered Rainier tied up in the dock ward, which is the lowest common denominator of the city. And he had been gallivanting around a pretty gross tavern that you guys visited, if you remember. So,
Okay.
you start to put together that, hey,
Yeah, we don't agree.
Then I just recount our experiences to Aurelia so that she would have a better understanding of maybe what his wants and desires are.
I would describe that tavern that you were in, that he supposedly met with Floon in, as poor quality, probably.
Okay.
Alright.
I don't want him to feel insulted though by if I,
Sure.
let him.
Yeah, but
his
I'm
position.
saying you have options. You don't have to go towards
Yeah.
wealthy aristocratic if you don't want to.
I don't want to do
But maybe-
aristocratic because I think that's putting it
Maybe
on too much.
comfortable is.
Yeah.
Honestly,
comfortable.
comfortable probably feels like the best option, maybe.
So your other comfortable oh no, Blushing Mermaid, I already gave you that one. So yeah, you have modest or comfortable as well if you want to go modest.
Comfortable. I like comfortable. But as long as the rest of the team.
So your other options for comfortable, the Broken Lance, which I already said. There's the Sword's Rest in the Southern Ward, and then in Undercliff, which is outside the city walls, you have the Plowshare. Caters to like the farmers and the vintners that live outside the city.
Oh.
That seems crazy.
Yeah.
It's out there.
What's
What's
don't know.
comfortable? Yeah.
Bashful Mermaid, right? Is that what's
Blushing Mermaid is comfortable.
Blushing.
Empty Keg is comfortable. You have the Misty Beard, the Broken Lance, Sword's Rest, and Plowshare. For modest, you have Azuth's Mug. You have the Friendly Flounder. you have your arch rival, the Mule Skull Tavern.
Oh,
I just saw that one.
No.
You also have the beer
Away
golem.
with you.
You have the beer golem.
Fighting
And
the urge to be a Kiwi right now.
and the golden horn gambling house, which you assume is more of a gambling house than an actual restaurant.
I don't want to take him to a gambling house. What's the one in his district? In his ward?
There is no comfortable in the North Ward, where he lives. Or no, sorry, he lives in the Sea Ward. Oh, Sea Ward, you have Broken Lance, which is comfortable.
Do you guys want to go to the Broken Lands?
I love that.
All right.
Aurelia, would you like us to be newspaper next
Yeah,
table
I
over?
love that idea.
Or
Also means I don't have to
do you
tell
want
you
us to
guys
be
what
like the other side of the bar?
No, because we might need you guys to listen. Because here's the thing: if I get lost in his eyes, I'm not going to remember anything. So you need to be there. to
Gotcha,
remember
gotcha,
things
gotcha.
for me.
Got you.
So should we get there like an hour previous and have the table reserved?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
For you?
do that. Do
Just
that.
place a candle on it.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Just one weekend.
Let's
A
go all
sock,
out.
a,
Let's-
sock,
let's
a
put
gem
2
sock
candles
draped
on it.
over the.
Oh, 2 candles.
Yeah.
2 candles.
All right. So,
right.
you guys make your way to the. You wait a little closer to nightfall. Aurelia, you send the one of the scamps around
Paper
with.
bird? Oh, yes.
What are the
ragamuffin?
what are the ragamuffins? Thank
Oh,
you.
the
ragamuffins,
my
yeah.
little,
Yeah.
my precious little babies.
So you send one of the scamps out to deliver a message. As you start walking through the North Ward, it is again this beautiful area with these big lavish homes. Your manor is the low end of what the North Ward looks like. So this, and I should say your manor if it were in peak condition, not your manor in its current state.
It's
But
current.
we're in
yeah.
the.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You guys are in the North
so
Ward.
we're-
Sorry,
Yeah, but we're
the Sea Ward is everything
Yeah.
is your manor or nicer in the Sea Ward.
Right. Right.
You guys are, however, making your way to the very western side of the Sea Ward, towards the Field of Triumph, which is this big sports arena where they have all sorts of games, gladiatorial contests, jousting, all that sort of stuff. All happens here at the Field of Triumph. Just next to it is this gorgeous, beautiful temple to the god Tempest. And Tempest is sort of the Lord of Battles, the Lord of War. He is this big, like, but he's Ares, right? He's his closest
Is that
thing.
the Sauron of the Humbled?
No, that would be the House of Heroes. The
House of Heroes.
the Sahagwin Humbled is this giant fish statue. It's a statue of a fish person. It is a I believe. Let me make sure. I know a Sahagwin is
from
Fish person,
Fortnite.
Is it like a mermaid or like?
no. Think Murloc.
No. Top half fish, bottom half legs.
It's they're very close to Murlocs. Yeah. So, after making sure I have a lovely asset for this, the Sahagwin Humbled.
Are you recording?
I sure am. So the Sahagwin Humbled.
Oh, sorry, I had my eyes closed.
Oh, you can open your eyes. Looks something like this.
Oh, good lord.
So it is this big,
Oh my god.
towering
You were kidding.
Murloc statue.
10-story fucking. Wait, that's
Is
not
it really that?
That's
big?
not like that's the statue.
statue.
That's not. I thought that was like a artist rendering of when this actual fucking thing came out of the ground.
No.
Wait, no, that's the statue. What?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought
Why?
that was like this lore of this like crazy 11-story fish man.
No. So Waterdeep has many of these statues. some of which you can actually see in our intro, including the Godcatcher, the Honored Knight, the Griffin. They are these statues that are used to defend the city would something attack it. They are animated by the Archwizard of Waterdeep called the Blackstaff. Each one of them, the way they've come about, each one of them has sort of been made or modeled that way for different reasons. The Sahagwin Humbled was made after an invasion of Sahagwin came from the ocean. And that is the Sahagwin Humbled.
Sean, we did a whole session 0, and you tried to explain all of my options in D&D to me. At no point did you say
You're telling
that
me
I could have been a Power Ranger in D&D, and like Megazord Fish Guy would have I just do the right thing with my dagger,
and you get Megazord Fish Guy.
I get Megazord
right
Fish Guy.
little thing on your sword.
Doesn't matter. I understand that's a level 20 guy, maybe the Black Wizard, whoever you just talked about.
The Blackstaff is probably level 19.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
So you did not do a good job of explaining my options. If at level 20 I get this guy, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, so of note, Jess has pointed out the Ragamuffins are featured in this picture. As they are featured in
scale.
They are
Ragamuffins for scale.
They are featured in a ton of the art for this book.
As they should be.
Yeah, so all of the landscape art, all of the landscape art in this book, they're in it somewhere.
Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
But better.
So
we have gotten far afield, though.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind. All right.
Aurelia is deciding how we infiltrate this dinner party.
It only took us 45 minutes to figure that out. We did it, guys. Proud of us.
So, you guys do find
on brand.
So you guys do find the what did I say it was called? I said it was called the the Broken Lance. Excuse me. So the Broken Lance is located next to the House of Heroes, this Temple of Tempest, the god of war, right across from this big jousting arena. And it's got, a wooden horse marquee sticking out from it. You guys go in, you reserve 2 tables, and you guys... So our watching party, you guys want to be across from the table or the booth next to?
How big are the seat backs of the booth? Is it the kind where your heads can touch if you throw your head back, or is it tall enough where
Or full level? Yeah, we want we want to sell. We want
I was gonna say, what do you prefer?
We want a tall
where
booth.
He's not gonna be I know who's behind you. Why are they just chilling there?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so then it's that. Then they are tall booth backs that you can hide.
And
yourself
Jill,
in.
we're back to back, right? We're in a booth and they're in a booth. Yeah.
All right, so after a while, Aurelia, you sit down and you notice Rainier coming in a blue silk doublet with his rapier on his hip, pair of black riding boots, his tousled red hair. Falling loosely behind him. Why don't I have the picture of Rainier prepped?
I don't think you were ready for us.
Because we had a flood in our house, Sean, and so we had a lot of other
and
stuff.
then also there's this whole thing about
That's
you
Floon.
not. Oh my God, he's so handsome.
Oh, that's Floon.
Oh,
Hold
he's
on.
so
That's
handsome.
the other
That's the wrong one.
That's the other handsome.
Oh yeah, see, I'm shipping. Floon is better looking than Rainier.
Floon-
Rainier
so-
looks like he'd be
Rainier-
mean to you.
Rainier's very rugged. I love a rugged.
Yeah.
Well, Floon
looks like he'd be nice to you though.
Floon looks like he's been beat up a few times. Rainier looks like he's...
Floon would make the bed. Rainier would not.
Nah.
That's all I'm saying.
Floon looks like he either sings for a pop punk band or a hardcore band. I can't tell which one.
Ooh, see, I think...
Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. My name is Floon.
So Floon, I don't know. I think Floon's got a little bit of an Ed Sheeran vibe.
He definitely's got an edge
Ooh,
here.
I can see that.
I'm just telling you, Floon has asked you how you would like your eggs to be cooked.
Rainier just makes them.
No, Rainier paid someone to make them.
No, Rainier, yeah, and he paid the maid to make them, and then left you $40 for the Uber. That's Rainier.
So Rainier comes in and he sits down. He says, "Oh, hello," and you start a lovely conversation. We are going to skim through it. I'm not going to role play you guys having dinner. However,
It's fine.
no,
It's fine.
if I could get from my 3 onlookers, if I can get perception checks.
Yes.
Oh boy, okay.
Come on, dice. Be good today.
And Aurelia, if I
Come
could
on,
just
guys.
get Jess, if I could just get a blanket charisma check, just straight, just roll d20, add your charisma modifier.
16
Alright.
perception, Sean.
16 perception, Vandal.
17 plus 3, so 20.
20, Daerwyn.
18.
18. All right. Jessica,
Yes.
charisma.
So wait, where is my charisma? It's not under my skills, is it?
No, it'll be your abilities, your ability scores.
Oh, okay. So it's a 21.
21. All right, cool.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Tell
like,
us
"That's
everything, Sean."
our time. Yay!
So you guys have a
Dim the lights. Dim the lights.
You guys have a lovely dinner at sort of a very Godrick or Zach rather. Have you ever been to a medieval times?
Yeah, I know exactly the level of class
yeah.
that you're talking about.
Jess,
It's redneck. It's Red Lobster. It's redneck chic.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Medieval Times is much better than Red Lobster.
Jess, do you know what a medieval times is?
So good.
No, we don't
Okay.
have those.
Okay. So for anyone not in the States or whoever's never been to a medieval times, medieval times is a big jousting arena that they serve you dinner at, and put on a
It's like a Shakespeare's Tavern type dinner theater.
Yeah, Jess, we'll take you when you're in the States. I promise.
Let's go.
In October we'll schedule a day for the 5 of us to go to medieval times.
Yes.
It is they serve you a big old turkey leg and a flagon of mead, and it's no utensils, none of that.
Yeah.
That is not the norm in Waterdeep. In Waterdeep, you get a nice dinner with utensils and plates and
Oh no!
normal.
Where did I bring this man?
You brought this man to something called the Broken Lance, which is a tavern that caters towards the competitors in the
No.
in the field what is it, the Field of Triumph.
Yeah.
I failed my stealth
But-
checks and now the dice fucked me.
No. He's loving it. He is very at home here. In fact, he seems to recognize one of the jousters, and has a short conversation with him.
Sean, is it the Applebee's of heroes?
No. It's like
Like Chili's, a little better.
no, that's not even it. That's not even it.
Benihana of heroes.
No, it's like
Ooh.
not even. It's like the local pub next to the baseball stadium.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, so
Right.
it has its own very specific identity tied to.
Yeah, it's tied to the
Yes.
competition at the Field Ward
Right,
and the fact
right.
that it's next to the Temple of the Temple of Triumph, right? Like
It's the batter's box bar of
It's got-
of the baseball stadium.
right. It's got jousting banners and Jill, what's that sandwich place? It's
Felipe's?
Felipe's, right? Like it's very much like, hey, this is tradition. You go here before the Field Ward or after the Field
Right.
Ward or whatever, right? It's got jousting banners and like old relic armor and helmets. Aurelia, you feel very at home here, right? Like it is like a night's dream here.
That's why I'm so charming.
It's why you're so charming. What are your questions? Oh, actually, Vandal, Daerwyn, and Godrick, can I get either stealth or deception checks from the three of you?
This is different from our perception check, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
What was it? Stealth or deception?
Stealth or deception, your choice. Tell me which one you're rolling.
I'm doing stealth because it's
Okay.
a very high modifier.
I didn't tell you.
20.
And so, do you want me to re-roll, or do you want me to take the lower
Just tell
value?
me. No. You can take the higher and just tell me which one it is.
15.
15, and it's
deception.
deception. Okay. And Daerwyn, it was stealth.
I got 20 stealth.
20. Vandal. Are you muted, David? You might be muted, David.
You're muted.
It's because I was burping earlier.
I appreciate the effort of muting
Damn,
yourself
save
and
it
then
for the
broadcasting
OnlyFans, David. Come on. We gotta sell
19.
those burps.
19. Okay, cool. So all of you are able to hide yourselves in one way or another, either just by, Daerwyn, you sort of hide in the shadows a little bit, and the two of you are very, very well hidden.
Mine literally is a newspaper, and the ad that I've cut the eyes out of is an ad for Troll Skull Tavern, like facing
With your face
them.
on it.
So
Yeah, with my face on it, and the eyes are cut out. Like,
Deception 100, I think.
and
So-
I will pay for that. If you will give me a boon later, I will pay for that now,
So-
retroactively.
Well, actually, we get to one way that you can advertise for the tavern. You tell me how much gold you want to spend, and you can advertise for the tavern.
I'll do 15 gold right now.
So,
Lord.
when we do the roll for the your profit on the tavern for the first week, you will add 1 to the roll for each gold you spend. Remember, we're rolling a D100 for that roll, though, not a D20.
Yeah, so it's 15. I've already removed it from my gold.
Okay.
15 for us for advertising, and that lets me have a print ad with us, like our art, like for the channel, like our spread. And I just cut out the eyes of Godrick, and that's what I'm looking through. Maybe even with one eyeball.
Perfect.
I'm writing that down. Advertising. All right. You have taken out this ad. What sort of paper do you want to take out this ad in?
A zine.
Good kind.
A zine. Good answer.
Like where. So
The local
Waterdeep is obviously like a exact parallel to modern day the world, and
Yeah.
so like pop punk is seeing a resurgence, and so we want like the low cap show audience, like where they're finding their shows. We want to be in that. At least my part of 1/4 of the demographic.
All right.
You know,
Let's
it's not
say.
Me and Vandal, that's 50%. We want the low key zine.
All right.
Like,
I'm gonna give you.
I'm
I'm gonna give you 2 options. So you either have the Waterdeep Warhorn, which is breaking news mixed with hot celebrity gossip, or the Purring Cat, which is a raunchy rag with club reviews and saucy fiction.
Oh, the purring
70
cat.
75% Purring Cat, 25%
Okay.
New York Times.
So, well, no, yeah, okay. Well, because the New York Times is probably the
New York Times has page 6, man. That's like the fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
so the
like
way that
literally like a meme.
yeah, so the way that Waterdeep broadsheets work, so newspapers in Waterdeep are called broadsheets. They are single page. So if you take the New York Times and you split it up, that's what a broadsheet is. And they're available all over Waterdeep.
So 75% Purring Kitten,
and
25%
the Waterdeep Warhorn. Okay, cool.
Waterdeep Warlock.
You also have you have tons of other options here as well. Everything from the Waterdeep Wazoo, the True Davian, the Targe. You've got the Blue Unicorn, the Daily Trumpet, the anklet.
No, because when we get back to the tavern, I'm gonna put the Ragamuffins to work as a street team.
Perfect.
For the tavern.
Ooh,
So
like a PR street team? Nice.
yeah. There's gonna be
We're
like
gonna
fucking
make 'em tag
doing
up-
kick flips
tag
and
up-
like
Tag up the walls,
Yeah.
Trollskull Manor open soon.
yeah.
Aurelia, what are your questions for Rainier?
Well, obviously, does he know of the Castellantas?
So he does. He is familiar with them. He knows them a little bit from his time when his father was still open lord. And he had been to a few dinner parties. They were, not on the upper end of wealth, but they're sort of lower end wealth for a long time. But they seem to have be doing a lot better recently.
Mm-hmm. Is that just been ever since his father left? Out of curiosity, do those timelines sort of line up at all?
No, the timeline doesn't line up at all.
Damn.
However, it does line up with something else that I should have had up, but I don't. So, bear with me. It's been in the last 3 years.
Okay.
They were on the verge. Prior to that, they were on the verge of financial ruin as a house.
Wow.
And it was sometime around the disappearance of their eldest son, Osvaldo.
And Rainier would have been aware of his family's fortune.
Yeah, it was all over. It was all over the Targe and other. Actually, the Waterdeep Warhorn would have talked a lot about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way that they keep records of it, like where we can pick up like old copies of the Waterhorn?
Yeah. One of the guilds for sure. The Guild of Scriveners probably would have.
Just in case we want to read up on those articles,
Yeah.
just a little.
The Scriveners, Scribes, and Clerks Guild would have record of that. Also, the Temple of Ogma, which I can't remember what it's called, but there is a Temple of Ogma in the city. Ogma is the goddess of knowledge.
But it would have been widely enough known that in this context, we would all be familiar that their fortunes went down, but they're on the uprise. Like, we would know kind of generally his position in society.
Yeah.
Publicly, we'd be aware of that.
Yeah, sorry. The font of knowledge in the Castle Ward is a big giant library that would have record of all of past printings, or at least notable past printings. It would also probably have some sort of other documentation on that as well. But yeah, it would be something that you guys would have. If you keep up on like on the broadsheets and other gossip, you guys would have kept up a little bit of this. So like Godrick and Vandal, probably you two both would have heard about this. Maybe it took Rainier mentioning it for it to jog in your memory. That this house, at some point was close to financial ruin, and around 3 years ago, they seem to be doing very, very well.
Cool.
Okay. What kind of impression did he get about the Castellantas? Because I kind of trust that he'd get a good feeling for people.
That's a good question. Let's find out. Let's find out together.
Sorry.
No,
Okay.
nothing. No, sorry. This is DMing, folks. I love it. I like when you catch me off guard. That's what I like. Victoro publicly seems like the one to really sort of control things and take the lead. I think Amalia is really the brains behind the two of them. But I wasn't around when they had their boon of good fortune, so I couldn't say what it is, but yeah, I would say that was my read on the two of them. Yeah. Their son,
Guys,
their son was around my age. I only encountered him a few times, but yeah, he was probably maybe 18, 20 around then. Not too far off. Few years younger than Rainier. Rainier's probably about 30.
We've never seen.
No, we've never heard about a son.
Yeah.
You did encounter two of their children, or at least Aurelia encountered two of their children on her jaunt.
We do know about
Yeah,
the
but
children.
yeah.
Yeah. But not an adult-sized child.
No, they were both, I think, if I'm not mistaken, around
8 and 12?
I think 8 and 12.
I think I have that
or
in my
8 and
notes
11?
because I watched.
But
that.
the one he's talking
8 and
about is
12.
an older son.
An older son.
The eldest, right? The oldest son that disappeared.
Oh, sorry.
Sean,
The two youngest children are twins, and they are currently about 8 or 9 years old.
He's fucking 8 and 12.
I probably said somewhere between 8 and 12 is what I probably said at the time, because I didn't have the exact information.
Could I excuse myself to the bathroom, but signal Daerwyn to meet me there? Because I kind of want to have a conversation or something, but I want to relay it back to my party.
For a second,
She
I
didn't
thought...
do this.
No, genuinely.
do this.
No.
Okay.
No, she didn't do that.
Yeah, give me a deception check.
Do I need to sneak away from my table?
Nope, you are not in plain view. You're good.
Okay.
You're stealthy.
Deception's plus
You're
2,
stealthiest.
so 19.
Sneaky snake.
Hey!
Damn,
Sneaky,
great job.
Look at us
All right.
doing rolls today. Look at
So,
us go.
luckily Waterdeep, especially this part of Waterdeep, does have indoor plumbing.
Yay.
So you go through into the bathroom, which the door of the bathroom is made up of old wooden shields that are sort of all, plastered together in a very like Chili's or Fridays style. Jess, I know you don't get the reference. Don't worry about it.
I understand the reference.
Flare. Yeah, pieces of flare everywhere in this place. And yeah, the two of you have the bathroom.
Can I ask a question? What's the noise level in this place? Like when I go back out to sit with Rainier, do we
decently
have
loud.
to? Okay, so because
We
this
don't
is
need to
going to
whisper.
relate back to. So Daerwyn, I was thinking I might show him the what is it called? The three gem. Oh, I've got it written down somewhere.
The
That's
stone.
thing we're looking
The
for.
stone of galore.
Stone of Galore. How would you guys feel about me showing him and seeing if he knows anything about it, if he recognizes it all? I want you to go back to the rest of the team, but I want you to be able to signal me to let me know that you're okay with me showing him.
Do you trust him?
I do, but that's why I want to make sure the rest of you do. So I want you to give me a sign that it's okay to go forward.
I have a question for the DM. Is our hunting for the stone kind of like a secret thing that the Castlanters don't want to get out?
Is that part of the contract? Great question.
Yeah, I mean the
Is there an
contract.
NDA?
There's not an NDA as such on the contract, but it's that you are not to share information you've gained through the case, basically.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so
It's
yeah,
all
so
fine
I would
with
like
it.
you to.
You want me to ask the team?
Yeah, I'd like you to check with them. Yes, and then let me know. But I don't know. Could we hear 2 coughs? If someone loudly coughed twice, would I be able to hear
Yeah,
it?
next table over, absolutely.
I'll go.
Okay.
Godrick's
Okay.
gonna go caw caw.
It would be caw. Oh, my voice caws at a much
No,
deeper
even
register.
It would be crow zones. Crow zones.
Crow sounds.
Gross sounds. Cool.
Hey, I'll heal every enemy in this pub.
So you make your way back to the table. What does the party deem? Vandal, Godrick, what do you think?
I mean, I'm
I'm 100%. Yeah, I'm 100%
If we're just
trusting
trying to gather
Aurelia.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Crow, 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 crow.
Godrick uses his intimidating roar to send you the message.
Oh my god.
That's not true. I didn't say that
No.
unless it's really thematically funny.
No, you're fine. Aurelia.
Is he gonna be
As long as he's not casting friends, we're fine.
Aurelia, so you show him the note?
Hold on,
Yes,
I could unseen servant tap her on the shoulder.
That was an option. Well, I mean, you kind of, yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
So,
Does he recognize it?
he doesn't. He does not.
Oh,
You're of no help.
dang it.
He does not.
Can you roll as good as us? As
But-
if that.
No, I didn't.
you know.
No, I didn't roll for. I didn't roll for that. He has not seen it. He has not seen it, but he does say, "This is what my interrogators described when they took me."
Oh, see, okay, so they
Knew it.
were. I was wanting to piece them two together and like have them. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. So,
So
now I've got that
he's
mystery
never
thread.
he's never seen it, but it's what they described to him when they took him captive.
But he also didn't know that
Now,
the locket
here's
could
the-
open.
Correct.
So. Okay.
So
I
he's
don't
a
think there's
handsome
anything else we
idiot.
need to get out of him. Yeah, I mean, I still wouldn't like to enjoy the rest of my day, but I'm done. I think I'm done questioning him because I don't think there's anything more to gain
Yeah.
information-wise.
Okay. So is there anything he would offer up? He does say. Now you explained to him that that's what they hired you to look for, or you just asked him, "Do you recognize this?"
I said, "Do you recognize it?" and to wait to what he said because
Okay.
I wanted to gauge what he said before I've told him that that the Castellantas they're sending us on a thing.
He says, "This is curious. If you wanted, I can look into it and see if I could find out anything for you regarding the Castellantas."
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes, please.
all right.
Regarding the Castellantas or regarding the stone?
Regarding the Castellantas.
Oh, then yes.
Because he now knows that the Castellantas want the exact same stone that he was allegedly kidnapped for. So
Yeah.
he knows there's now something tying him to this. So now I've got him invested. Yes, let's go.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So that is the evening. You guys return to the tavern. You guys share all that information.
I would like to bring up to my friends just a quick brainstorming. We kind of had like a roundabout way to get down into that first sewer system where we were pursuing Floon and Rainier, and then we encountered a mind flare, which
Yeah.
I think we all would know what that is.
Yeah.
Right? So, we encountered a mind flayer on that particular pursuit. If Rainier recognizes what we're looking for the Castellaners as something that those bandits were also looking for in league with the mind flayer, we need to be very deliberate on our quests now, because there's some very powerful forces at work pursuing the same thing theoretically if we're putting these pieces together. I think we've arrived at a situation where we've been hired by a group to look for the same thing that those people were looking for. So we're in this kind of like big conspiracy to all find the same thing.
That would be an adequate assessment.
But we don't know what it is or what anybody wants to use it for.
Or what form it takes.
Because it could
You
be,
know,
it could be
'cause
maybe
we-
if
you know.
someone uses it one way, it's a bad thing. If someone uses it another way, it's a good thing. We don't know. Obviously,
In
the
the
Mind
beginning
Flayer
of the
is
quest,
not
it
going
was-
to use it for a good thing.
It's the Allspark from
We
the
thought it was
Transformers.
we thought it was
Pretty
a
much.
locket at first, you know. We don't even know what it is. Sean, do you want to do
Yeah, let's do a quick
fiver?
break. Let's do a
We
quick
got a potty
fiver.
break.
And we will return and we'll close out the rest of this session. I have a thing to cut to for that.
Nice.
And now we're actually back.
Hey!
You guys find yourselves in the lovely Troll Skull Tavern. The next morning,
So we're 10 days out of
19
being
days.
complete.
8 days. The tavern is complete in 8 days.
8 days. Okay.
Whee!
8 days.
Didn't you want to get the ragamuffin to do something, Godrick?
I did want to. I want to talk to the ragamuffins, Sean.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Can I? They're around. We kind of have them on retainer now, right? They're sleeping here. This is their base of operations.
Yeah, when they're not when they're not
ragamuffining.
when they're not out ragamuffining, they're coming back and kind of just hanging around the
Yeah.
construction.
My sweet muffin boys. Have you had breakfast yet?
No, we haven't.
Oh, okay.
We usually wait till you're done and just eat the leftovers.
Well, so I know.
you-
And that's why.
It's not sad. You guys order way too much food. It's kind of funny,
No,
actually.
And see, that's why I don't immediately clear my dishes, because I know that sometimes the plates clean themselves. But I've already ordered us some Bronto burritos and so I think if you check outside the door, there might be a bag waiting for us.
Do we have DoorDash in Waterdeep?
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's other scoundrels that need to run things around.
Alright.
being a courier or a runner is like a legitimate career in Waterdeep.
Got it. Learned a thing.
People make a good bit of money running messages and running deliveries in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
So
So
and it's guild controlled. It's not part of the it's guild controlled, not part of the gig economy. So they actually make good money and have protection and such.
Oh, wow.
So check outside the door.
One of them runs and
you
grabs the bag.
That's I got one of those is for me, but I grab some breakfast for y'all because I have a business proposition to speak with you about.
They begin scarfing down the food, leaving enough for the rest of you. But
Thanks.
Obviously you were a part of this grand endeavor for us to really revitalize Troll Skull Tavern, and we're getting really close. I know you guys are around, and you can see that we're getting close to being done. But all this investment will be for nothing if we don't have any customers, and so I've printed up, with with the understanding that you might want to help out. I've printed up these flyers, and if you could just roam around, I definitely want to cover the North Ward, but maybe a little bit of the East Sea Ward and the North Castle Ward. Put these flyers out for us with our grand opening date, and a little bit about what we're trying to do here. That would be very helpful. And anybody that the flyer on the bottom of it has mentioned this flyer for a free drink. And I'll tell you what, I'm funding the free drinks, and for everybody that redeems one of those free drinks, saying that they're here for the flyer, I'll give you a copper for your troubles. And so there's a real chance for you to turn a profit here.
They are very excited about this. They agree. My question for you is, how much do you want to spend on this?
So let's just say I have, what's the exchange ratio of copper to silver?
It's 10 to 10.
10 to 10. So
everything's base 10.
Everything is 10. Everything is base 10. Okay, let's say that. Are you gonna charge me for getting these flyers printed up? Do I have to pay for that?
No. You just tell me a gold amount, and it just goes towards the advertising budget.
Well, so both the free drink that I have to pay for in the tavern and their commission.
Yeah, so it all just gets abstracted into one gold amount, whatever you want to spend.
That you have to pay for, as if it wasn't your idea to pay for.
20 gold for this endeavor.
Okay.
And I've removed it.
And then my other question for you guys is, and I should have written this down and I didn't. What lifestyle level do you guys sort of exist at?
Can you run through them again?
Daerwyn, you're covered. Yes. So modest. So assuming you're not going to be poor or squalid, but right. It is wretched, squalid, poor, modest, comfortable, wealthy, and aristocratic.
We did go through this.
I just don't remember.
I'm comfortable.
Modest, didn't we?
Comfortable.
I said I was comfortable.
So
and I don't have to pay for mine because mine gets paid for.
You're updated. So Vandal, you said modest.
Yeah, I don't get. Well, I guess. Wait, hold on. Cause don't I get like a.
No, Daerwyn
from the house I work at.
Only
Daerwyn, right?
Yeah, Daerwyn has something that covers her at comfortable. You would get a wage when you're doing work for them.
Yeah, I guess I'm modest. I'll say modest for me.
Which also, at any point when we're doing downtime days, you could just say you want to go work for your folks.
Okay.
And that goes to everyone. If you guys ever want to just go work for the day, you guys are more than welcome to. You all have some form of job. Okay, so you're getting a super reduced rate, all of you guys, because you have your room and board covered as well.
Mm-hmm.
Daerwyn, Aurelia, you said you're doing comfortable?
Comfortable. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Godrick, if you can, just to cover food and living expenses and etc., mark off 1 gold, 5 silver. Aurelia, if you can mark off the same. And Vandal, if you could do 9 silver or 1 gold and then add 1 silver to yourself.
Sean, EP on my adjust coin.
EP you don't have to worry about. It's an EP is like the $2 bill. It's an old currency that we don't deal in.
It doesn't, but it's copper, silver, gold, platinum, 10, base 10.
Yeah, base
EP
10 for all those.
Okay, cool.
EP is, I believe,
Electrum.
Yeah, is that between gold and platinum, or is that between gold and silver?
One gold is two Electrum.
2 Electrum, yeah. It's a 50-cent piece, is what it is. So, okay, cool. You guys have, so the ragamuffins scurry off. Godrick, you spend the day getting those ordered, getting those printed. Vandal, Aurelia, and Daerwyn, how do you spend your respective days?
Darren will go do a bounty somewhere.
Okay. Vandal
I'll go work for the house
Okay.
I work for.
and Aurelia.
I'd like to go to the Scrivener's
Oh, wait.
Guild and is about the Castellantis, please.
Okay.
Wait, just kidding. I'm not going to go do a bounty. I'm going to go get my swords fixed because they are currently damaged by acid.
Okay. Cool. Neato.
I'm going to go do that. I was like, wait, no, there's something wrong with my swords.
Neato. My lovely Kiwi Jess, you are breaking up, my friend, and I cannot hear you. But you're saying something that I assume is wonderfully important.
What? I'm not talking.
No, you're back now. You were saying something though, weren't you?
No.
No? Okay, cool. Great.
No.
Wonderful. All right.
Muttering as I was looking at my.
Trying to see if they're gonna.
Okay, cool. Vandal, we will get to you shortly. Daerwyn, you...
Can I? Are you fixing my swords or like in D&D?
Yeah, I'll fix it in D&D Beyond for you.
Okay. I wanted it.
Just remind me at the end of the session. Or if you end up needing them, remind me and I'll do it.
I don't roll on there anyway, so it doesn't.
Daerwyn, if you can, please mark off 10 gold. That is the cost to repair your swords. And, what are their names? The two Genasi blacksmiths are the ones that repair them for you over at the Seam and Steel, but I don't remember their lovely names. Avi and Emic, maybe? I don't know. Aurelia, if you can give me an investigation check, please. Vandal, if you can give me a stealth check and an investigation check. Actually, Vandal, before we do this, we have two options. Either you can work for a couple days and cover some of your lifestyle expense, or we can treat it as you looking for rumors. Which would you prefer?
I'll do rumors for right now.
Okay. Roll me a charisma persuasion check, please.
Persuasion +7, and I rolled a 19.
So that's a total of 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell him everything.
So you had been pointed in the direction of someone known as the Black Viper. Apparently someone named the Black Viper has been running hits on noble families. Not hits, excuse me, but burglary jobs, B&E jobs on noble families as of late. And bear with me while I verify my sources here.
Excuse me.
But so the Black Viper is someone that is of sort of historical note. They're sort of like a Catwoman, like Pink Panther type, like legendary thief sort of figure. Sly Cooper is like, yeah.
The
Legendary thief, Sly Cooper.
That's like trying to describe James Bond and being like, like a Mr. Bean.
Yeah, like...
Hey, we don't disrespect Sly Cooper in the previous Raccoon history household.
Like a
James
Mr.
Bond, Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, great.
What you do find out is that Schemo Weirdbottle, who you know as a member of the Doom Raiders, the Zentarim. You find out has a contract with her.
With the Black Viper.
Mm-hmm. That she has been buying from Schemo as of late. That is the information that you find on that. Now, Daerwyn.
Yes.
Oh, you said you wanted to get your swords repaired. Okay.
I got my swords fixed.
Cool. Wunderbar. Aurelia. If you can, and what was the result of your investigation check?
This is enough. 15.
15. Yeah. You're able to track down within. So essentially there's these big bins with like papers, just broadsheets kind of in them, organized by date. You are able to find the relevant date. It takes you a little bit of time, but you are able to find sort of the relevant date range about 3 years ago when their son went missing. Let's wait for Jess to come back in.
The Castellanter son is missing?
Yeah.
The eldest son.
So, did you hear me, Jess?
No.
Okay, great. So with 15, you are able to find in the House of Ogma this big temple called the Font of Knowledge that doubles as a library. Oh, you said you were going to the Scrivener's Guild. Did you say you were going to the Scrivener's Guild or the House or the? Okay.
Yes, Scrivener's Guild.
So the Scrivener's Guild are able to tell you an exact date range that you're looking for.
Oh.
But they don't actually have that far back on file. What you are able to find at the Scrivener's Guild is they do have one article about it that is framed because it did sold a particularly high number of copies. So it's sort of framed in their office along with a bunch of other articles that are like big famous articles. And it talks about the Castellanter's recent philanthropy after a boon, sort of their boon of getting out of bankruptcy sort of deal. So it's a story of them getting out of bankruptcy and them starting to do these sort of philanthropic charity
Are there
events.
insurance scams in Waterdeep?
Sure.
And these things, just so I think my timelines are matching up, but the disappearance of the eldest son and the resurgence of the family have the same kind of date point.
From what Rainier
From what
said,
we can gather.
from what Rainier said, that is the current knowledge, but you don't know exactly how close.
Right. No, it's not like on this date.
Yeah.
He was missing, and also they got $1 billion.
Yeah. So further research into it would probably give you a good idea.
Right.
But all right. The following day, Vandal. Because you're working a case, I'm gonna have you continue working that case. That role was the result of your whole thing you're doing. Aurelia, would you like to follow up on that knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
Godrick, what would you like
Yes.
to do?
I, assuming that's the next day, and we've all talked about everything. I want to take what I've learned from Aurelia, and I would like to go to. I would like to go to the closest library, research center.
Okay, so that'd probably be the same location. So we'll have you guys do that together, which will cut down the amount of time that it takes.
Sure. I would like to go there, and I have I have a purpose to engage a researcher about this.
And that's
Yeah.
because of your sage background, it'll cut that down pretty significantly.
Yeah.
Daerwyn, how would you like to spend your day or your next couple days?
I'm debating if she just wants to go do a bounty to reclaim the money she lost from fixing her swords, or if she wants
Sure.
to stay back and kind of watch over, since everyone else is gone, watch over the construction of the bar.
Okay, that's also an option. I'll come back to you. Aurelia and Godrick. If I can have Aurelia, you can do an investigation check. Godrick, you can do either a persuasion or investigation. And Vandal, if I can get
I'll do an investigation.
okay. And Vandal, if I can get a persuasion or investigation check from you.
Oh no, I can't.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
20? Godrick? 20?
25.
25. Okay.
Nice.
Vandal?
Roll today.
That's a 9, and that was persuasion or
Yeah,
perception?
persuasion.
Or okay.
Persuasion.
Okay. So Schemo isn't going to tell you much information beyond what you know. That is your next day of following up on that case. Aurelia and Godrick. This is going to take you 2 days total, but you are able to sort of get a picture of what's going on. The dates that line up within a month. The dates of his disappearance line up within a month.
Do we know the
Their
circumstances?
resurgence, like
It's sort of unknown what happened to him. He just sort of went
He
missing.
just was gone.
Yeah, they reported it to the City Watch, but like they never found anything. There was no information beyond that.
and I don't want to get too in the weeds with you, Sean, but what was the mechanism for their resurgence? Is it like some sort of like stocks, or is it like
That's a good
something
question.
that they had, or a business? Like what was the mechanism for them to publicly be known to be on the up swing? And I really don't want to derail the story.
No.
with that.
None of this. This is what the purpose of this is, for you guys to have a bunch of information to work off of when I cut you loose.
Are we able to know about the stone while we're doing that research too, or would that add an extra day onto it?
That would be additional research beyond.
Do we want to go in a state to
Can
find out more
Yeah,
about the
I
stone?
would definitely
'Cause I wanna
when
find out about the
my
stone.
because my mechanism for going to a research area was to if we did want to like role play that out, I was gonna be like, come humble students, help me find the scrolls, and you know.
So you're gonna do Master Yoda in Attack of the Clones.
yeah.
As far as we'll get to that second, but as far as the their resurgence appears to have been, their banking and money lending business had a huge boon, while other competitors started to sort of lose business, which led to them starting philanthropic projects, which led to them getting like attention and new friends, which led to them making more money through money lending and business.
Right. But they had something as bankers that would be a boon. So there's,
but
could
there's
be an
no
investment paid off. It could be a collection that they did,
Yeah, there's no exact information on that.
or just as bankers, if they got a payment, like hush money for selling their 18-year-old.
Son.
Daerwyn, have you decided how you want to spend a few days?
I think she's gonna, since everyone else is gone, she'll just stay back and.
Okay, and just oversee. Give me a persuasion check and a perception check.
Okay, persuasion is 16.
Okay.
And perception, you said the other one was?
Mm-hmm.
12.
Okay. Things seem to be going well. You don't notice them doing any shoddy work, anything out of question, anything questionable. And you sort of being there to help guide things and make sure, hey, maybe paint that this color or maybe adjust that, seems to be helping the work speed along without them having to him and haw and decide. Vandal, for your next day, can I get a Stealth check.
Ooh.
Godrick and while Vandal's doing that, Godrick and unless you already have it, what do you got?
20.
20. Okay, you are good. You have not. You have not.
Nice.
You've not blown your cover. You do see a night where, the Black Viper is able to, sort of. You catch her on a rooftop. She slips into a window, comes out with a comically large canvas bag with something in it, and slips away. But your cover is not blown. The next day, you do see that reported in one of the broadsheets. As far as you can tell, what you were hired to do is find out if she's targeting the Rosnar family. As far as you can tell, the Rosnars don't fit the bill of what she's targeting. If you want to be sure of that, you could spend an extra day undercover researching, or you can end your job there. You've figured out that her recent string of attacks are not targeted at them.
I'll play it safe and make sure I'll spend one more day.
Okay, cool. Godrick and Aurelia. If you'd like, you can devote a few more days researching into the stone. So,
Please.
of note, Godrick's sage background is cutting time off this, and it's also making library access free, which is really nice. Because library access costs money. However, if I can get the two of you to both mark off 1 gold, actually just mark off 2 gold for the passage of time for your living expenses. Vandal's, yours are covered by doing the job. Daerwyn, yours are covered by your stipend.
And so, I get, yeah, okay, I understand. Yep. So yeah, I want to stress that like the more time we invest here, and roll for it or whatever, but I am like a senior researcher, like intellectual in.
So they're familiar with you.
And the more time that I think, like, I would be trying to hold court here and like get more and more like pages and students like helping.
So it's not really
on this task.
It's not really like an academic. Well, it is and it isn't. So this is a temple to a god, right? To a goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Is Agma a male or female? I'm not sure. It's a temple to a god, to a deity. So a lot of the librarians and stuff are they're clerics, they're acolytes of Agma. But they're this is somewhere that you've come as part of your research and your investigations into this. But remember, you don't want to spread the word of this stone. And at a certain point, without spreading word about it, you aren't able to find anything specific through their help. However, if you can give me a persuasion check, Aurelia, you could do either a religion, arcana, or investigation, your choice.
Okay.
20
20.
adjusted,
Okay.
not nat.
Yeah, I know.
Was religion, arcana, and which one?
Investigation.
Okay, I know which one I'm gonna go for. 16.
And which check is that?
I went with arcana.
Arcana. All right. So, let me think of how to reveal this information properly without giving up the game. Godrick, one of the acolytes who you're familiar with, does suggest to you that other folks have come in here looking for information on a similar topic, right? You give them in the vaguest terms what you're looking for. But you do explain, I assume you explain, you can't reveal more, right? Without giving up the game.
Yeah.
And because he's familiar with you and because he knows you, he does tell you that the Castellanters came in looking for this information. as well as another person. And I need to double check their name, so please bear with me.
I'm doing my bear pose.
Better.
All right, so the other man to come in looking for this information. They don't have a name for him, but they described him as sort of a man with very square features. He was armored, wearing like black leather armor, but looked to be somewhat upper class in the way he was dressed. But he was wearing armor and combat gear when he came in. They described him as very square-featured, very stern, no facial hair, black hair, with a scar down his face. They did note that he had a flying snake as a familiar.
That's a choice.
Like the different than the imps.
Different than the imps. So a small garden snake with wings.
Precious.
Aurelia, you
Like-
are... Oh, go ahead.
Would I know, based on my background,
Based on your
do I know
background,
what
no.
that is? That creature is?
Yeah, it's flying snake.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it's called. No, I mean that's what it's
It's a
called.
snake. It has got wings. Okay, like that's what it's called. It's
Yeah,
flying snake.
it's just an animal. It's
not,
just a
it's
normal.
not called Yennefer or something.
No,
Like,
yeah, it's not an animal or anything. It's not a coatl, right? Like it's not a mythical creature.
Gotcha.
It's just a
Yeah.
snake with wings.
Gotcha.
It is the symbol of the Zentarum.
Mm.
The
That was
tattoo,
my next
the
question.
flying snake tattoo that they all have. Aurelia, you're off doing your own research in the library, which is interesting to you. You have your book. You read your book. Here's a bunch of other books. You are sort of led to, like, your musings and your research. Couple days you spend, you're not really able to find anything.
No.
But eventually you are led to a section on rare and legendary magic artifacts.
Ooh, okay.
And how oftentimes these tales will be told of these items where nothing like them exists. And whenever there's something that, there's this legend of this, cape that looks like this, and when no one can meet that description, it means it is probably a singular magic item made by a singular mage. Which means tracking those things down becomes harder.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
The other thing you are able to find in a few days, both of these for Godrick and Aurelia is a few days of research for you. You are able to find out that that eye pattern, Aurelia, the stone pattern, looks like something called an aboleth. And an aboleth is a weird, fishy creature of a greenish color with 3 black eyes down the front of its face.
Okay.
In a really weird Star Wars Legends timeline.
Same origin of the name. In fact, I would assume the Star Wars Legends name. I would assume the Star Wars Legends name and aboleth both probably come from Lovecraftian horror.
Yeah, and it's the 3-eye,
Yeah.
The wide, like big wide mouth, like super scary smile.
They're about the size of a shark.
Mm-hmm.
As far as size go, maybe sometimes a little bigger. They are aberrations. They are psychic creatures from the far realm, similar in function to mind flayers. And you do find that information in Volo's Guide to.
God.
What is
Monsters.
it? Is it Volo's Guide to Monsters? Yeah, Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Yeah.
This guy.
I do like that book. It's my
Gilderoy
favorite.
Lockhart's
Was it a signed copy?
guide.
It was
It was my
her
signed
signed copy. You guys spend the remaining few days.
I do have something I would like to do, like character flavor wise,
Yeah.
before we leave there. But
Sure. What do you got?
so part of my origin, my quest for knowledge, the wandering that has led Godrick to be here, is that I have a letter from a dead colleague of mine from university that poses a question that I haven't ever been able to answer.
Okay.
And so as I travel to centers of knowledge like this hall, I leave a copy of that question and a small token to fund a messenger.
With one of
anyone-
the priests.
If anyone ever comes across the information that would help in solving this question, they would message me and I would be able to respond.
Okay. If you'd like, if you spend, I don't know what your gold reserve looks like
You
right
want to
now.
spend more money?
Oh, I'm fine.
Well, I was gonna say, if you spend 25 gold, you can buy a paper bird.
Oh, holy
I
shit.
have a paper bird.
Or Daerwyn can give you the paper bird.
I think I have paper. I think we have two.
You also have 200 gold in the bank still, so you can spend from that.
Right.
No, it's fine. I can do 25 if we start making some
I
money.
have a
soon.
paper bird.
If I can I have that? Can I
Yeah.
grab it from there? You go.
All right.
That side. All right. I would like leave the. But also, is that enough? Do I need to leave any like silver as like compensation, or
No, so the
This is
priest
just
here.
a quest for knowledge?
Yeah,
like,
these priests, their
Yeah.
life and their job revolves around seeking knowledge. That is their
Right, so
that
I-
is how they
yeah.
show reverence to their deity, is by seeking knowledge.
right, and that was like that's kind of like what I would like to do, to factor. And I don't know what that question is necessarily.
We'll talk about that.
But we'll figure.
We'll figure that out. Aurelia, you have one more day while Godrick is looking into his personal stuff. One more day at the research. If you have any specific questions you want answered regarding any of the information presented across any of this.
Yeah. I would like to do a lot more research on aberrations, specifically mind flayers and anything above a mind flayer in terms of like
Cool.
hierarchy.
Sure. So aberrations don't necessarily fit in like a set hierarchy. The term aberration, right? It just refers to that type of creature. In the same way as like a cat, a dog, a lion, an elephant, that flying snake are all beasts. Like their creature type is beast. There's no hierarchy necessarily to aberrations.
or political affiliation.
Well, yeah, so mind flayers, again, they're kind of their own thing. But mind flayers, following that line of logic, mind flayers are all hive-minded together and under the control of something called the Elder Brain. And the Elder Brain is a large brain with tentacles, and it's gross. And by large, I should say it's huge. It's like 15 feet across, sitting in a big well at the center of a mind flayer colony. And it's called a brine pool. It's just filled with brine and tadpoles to make other mind flayers.
Oh,
15 feet is 1.5 meters, give or take.
2 Volkswagens.
Okay. Oh, okay.
2 Volkswagens.
Maybe bigger than 2 Volkswagens. A little bit.
And then it can't be 1.5 meters.
Well, I don't know why you said 1.5 meters
2 meters?
then.
How big's the
3
hold on.
meters?
A meter's 3 feet.
Three,
No.
a meter's like 3 feet. No, yeah, it's
No,
5 meters.
5 meters. 5 meters across. Excuse me. I fucked
yard-
myself up with math. With math. 5 meters across.
3 Volkswagens.
3 Volkswagens. Vandal.
Okay.
You're after that last day of reconnaissance. You find nothing more on the Black Viper. She has gone missing. She stole something and she went missing. However, you could add 5 gold to your purse for your fee from the Rosnars. And as cover, you also receive a fine bottle of wine as you... I believe your cover is you are a vintner for them? Did I make that up?
No.
Did I make that up?
He's the sommelier. So here's your wine.
Oh, I think their money comes from vinting.
Yeah.
I think their money comes from winemaking. That's where that went in my head. But yeah, you are also gifted a fine bottle of wine as part of your fee.
Excellent.
Daerwyn, everyone returns for the evening on the final day of construction here at the tavern.
No one died. Nothing's broken. Congratulations.
Yay.
Fantastic.
Ragamuffins. Hello. Can I have brought them back each a little sweet treat from the far?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know where I went, but from wherever I went. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that takes out of my pocket.
It
but I
doesn't.
wanna give
That's
each
part of
the
your.
ragamuffins
That's
a
part of
little
your. That's
treat.
just part of your living expenses. Godrick and Aurelia, you guys can both mark off another gold for living expenses, and that's the last I'm gonna tell you to mark off. But, as you guys return, you go to sleep. 10 days have passed. You guys going about your daily lives, doing your jobs, finding information, researching things, and Troll Skull Manor is starting to shape up to look like quite the place.
Yay.
Yay.
Less ravens in the foreground of it.
Less crows and ravens in the foreground. Yeah, sadly, I don't have a picture of it renovated. I only have a picture of it
less
dilapidated.
boarded up windows.
Yeah, just turn up the saturation of it.
So you step inside the tavern for the first time. All clean wood, clean wines, fresh barrels. Everything's nice and new. If a little lacking character. However, over the mantle in one corner of the bar, there is a large skull mounted on the wall.
Let me guess.
This sort of elongated skull with these tusks coming up the front.
I wonder what it is.
And a note from Durnan attached to it. And it says, I got this cleaned for you. Now don't take all my customers.
Oh.
As you guys kind of walk towards it, the final table next to the hearth, you just see a spectral hand reach out.
Oh God, it's back.
And pull the chairs out for you.
It's nice.
Yay!
You got the tavern fixed. It's happy. You got the tavern fixed.
Oh.
Hey,
Um,
and also, if I wouldn't have invited Durnan to the damn opera, who knows if he would have given us the nice taxidermy gift.
The nice troll.
Well, I'll tell you the secret. You guys asked about that, like when we first talked about the tavern. You asked about the troll skull and then forgot about it. So that was me remembering remembering that. As you guys sit back and relax,
We did it!
and things sort of, just are calm in the morning here in Troll Skull Tavern, ready for the first day of business.
Said the person who's about to ruin the nice moment.
Who's gonna? one of those giant frog monsters gonna come
Here
up
we
and-
go. What twisted twist?
I feel like
What
something's
knife?
about to happen.
It's
What
coming.
knife's about
Something's
to
going
enter our
down, I
pack,
don't
Sean?
like it.
Oh god, here we go.
I would never.
Oh god.
He's clicking a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Let me finish my drink
Wait for him to
first.
roll and go. Oh Jesus! Wait for him to roll and then groan, and then we know we're screwed. How many hit points does Troll Skull? Oh, fuck.
The windows rattle as a loud explosion fills Troll Skull Alley. Just out the bay windows,
rushing
you
up.
see an explosion of fire, followed by charred bodies hitting the
Oh
floor.
god. Oh god. Like
And
like, they were going
that's-
for the sky?
And that's where we're going to end today.
No.
Oh.
No.
No, but I have a command. Ragamuffins, go see. Ragamuffins, check it out.
Investigate.
You don't see the ragamuffins.
Oh, those are the charred
swear.
bodies.
Sean, stop.
I
You
swear if
fucking
you
dare.
killed those
No.
precious babies.
Anyways, guys, like and subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment. Thanks for enjoying this very chill episode, because next episode's going to be a lot less chill.
No, I don't wanna.
So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.